Hello and welcome. I am Nick from the Center for Teaching and Learning, and I'm here to give you some quick tips for increasing accessibility in your Zoom meetings. I'll start off by giving some tips that are required to meet ADA compliance standards, and then give some suggestions for increasing accessibility and improving quality of life for all students. I will also link to guides created by Yale and the University of Virginia that provide some more great tips and considerations in the description of this video. Zoom content is largely visual-based, meaning that many of the tips that apply to video content can also apply to Zoom. This brings us to our only required tip, and that is, describe the visuals used in the meeting. Those with visual impairments or those that use audio-only call options will have trouble seeing your PowerPoints or the other visuals you use during a meeting. So, describe them verbally so that they will appear in the closed captions. Visuals that are only present for decoration do not need to be described, but you are free to do so if you wish. For example, on this slide, I have a graph that shows the spurious correlation between divorce rates in Maine and the consumption of margarine. This is purely for decoration, but I wanted to share it with you anyway. We highly recommend these next tips for giving students more options when it comes to learning through Zoom. Number 2, record your Zoom sessions. Students have busy lives. Sometimes their internet goes down, and sometimes you just miss an important piece of information in class. There are all sorts of reasons why students would love a recording of your lecture to go back and watch again. Recorded lectures benefit all students, not just those with disabilities, because they get to go over the material that confused them the first time, which may potentially save you an email as well. You can allow Zoom to automatically record your sessions to your computer or to the Zoom cloud so that you don't accidentally forget to record. Then, just post the video recording to your course with the transcript. Instructions for setting up cloud recording will be found in the description. Number 3, enable live captions. Zoom now has the ability to automatically generate closed captions during live meetings. To enable this, the meeting host must open their meeting settings and enable live transcription. From here, participants have the option to view transcripts on the side of the Zoom window. For instructions on setting this up, check PSTCC's guide in the description. Number 4, hand out classroom materials before class meets. If you expect your students to read an article or watch videos during your Zoom meeting, please distribute these materials at least a few hours ahead of time. Those with visual or cognitive impairments may not read at the same pace as other students in class, and handing them the reading materials beforehand will make sure that they're not left behind if everyone else is a fast reader. Those with unstable internet will have trouble participating in a Zoom session and viewing the video at the same time. So present them with the video links or a transcript option before class starts. You can do this by making an announcement and posting the additional documents somewhere in your Canvas course. Number 5, mute participants upon entry. This can be done from your Zoom meeting settings. Muting participants by default will help avoid distractions when new students join the session. I will also provide the link to the how-to guide in the description. Number 6, limit the use of Zoom polling. Zoom polling is a great tool for real-time quizzes and interaction, but it poses accessibility barriers for many students. Those that call into the meeting, rather than use the video call feature, will not be able to participate in polls, and those with visual or cognitive disabilities may have difficulty completing the polls. If students are not able to participate in the polls, then their input will not be reflected in the poll results. So be aware of this when using student poll data to make important class decisions. And this wraps up our quick tips on making Zoom more accessible. If you would like more suggestions on increasing accessibility, remember to check the description for more tips, and please contact Southeast Missouri State University's Office of Accessibility Services for help with making sure your class material is accessible.